Hi Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your Venus retrograde reading for you. It begins March 1st, 2025, and lasts for 6 weeks. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously, so thank you so very much for doing so. And if you are interested in a private reading, a private personalized meditation, healing, or a gift card, check out my website, danehartguidedmessages.com. It's listed in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. If you are sound sensitive, this is the time to mute the reading, let the healing energy wash over you, and then unmute it once you see me pick up the singing bowl. So let's take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. All right, Capricorn, let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Ooh, we have the King of Swords, the Hierophant, which is strong Taurus energy, angels and spirit guides. The Star, strong Aquarius energy, the Hangman, the King of Pentacles, Old Major Arcana, and Kings so far. So intense, I think so. Angels and spirit guides, the Wheel of Fortune. Now we have a Queen, the Queen of Wands, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. The Ace of Cups, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. The Nine of Cups, good, we're tempering it with some, regular cards. Now, again, the Death card, which is Scorpio energy, and the Six of Pentacles. Okay, so to say this time is going to be intense is a little bit of an understatement, but there is such power coming forward for you here, Capricorn, that you can't ignore it. The next 6 weeks will be intense. They will be powerful. They will have you connecting with your heart, with your passion, with what you love in a way that you just didn't think you would be. And the doors are opening. So just being really aware of that during this time is going to be really important. Okay. So Venus retrograde again begins on March 1st. It begins in Aries, so there's a spiciness to this Venus retrograde. Okay, also interesting, just hit me, Venus and Aries were lovers in Greek mythology. So there is this like coming together, but also this bit of a clash during this time. It's like, love and war, which is what Aries energy is, like war and the emperor and power and conquering, but the heart and our passion and what it is that we desire. So that's going to be very interesting. Now, Venus retrograde brings out existing issues in our relationships. Now, it's not just our romantic relationships, even though those are the ones that our head goes to first. It is our personal relationships. It is our family relationships, right? It is our friendships. It is our business relationships. It is our work relationships. It is our relationships that we have with our pets. It is just every interaction has an intensity to it and has this underlying current that might be a little bit a little bit frustrating at times, where it feels like you're dealing with somebody's undercurrent, like you're dealing with more than you want to be dealing with. So just being aware of that is going to be super important, because there's also going to be this sense of being annoyed. Like with this Venus retrograde comes everybody being just a little bit annoyed with each other, which sounds really silly, but that's what comes forward. Like, we can want to get into a fight. We can want to release, tension that we've been holding on to, and find like scapegoats for that energy. This is really a time that's very important with focusing our energy on what it is that we want. Now, it's also really important is I've been speaking with an acupuncturist, and he has told me that your lungs and your heart works together, right? And that here with the King of Swords, this is the King of Air, right? Air fills your lungs. It's your voice, your power. That is working with your heart. Your heart and your voice need to work in tandem during this Venus retrograde. That's just going to be really, really, really important for you. And with the King of Swords, it is cutting through doubts, fears, negativities, hurts, pains, disappointments, bull. It's getting right to the center of the issue. It's getting right to the heart of the issue, and it's moving things forward. Capricorn. All right, Capricorn energy isn't always known for tact, right? We don't like to tiptoe around things. We will be blunt. We will say exactly what needs to be said, and then we will move on. We will have that tendency a little bit amplified during this Venus retrograde. So just be aware of that, because it's powerful, it's intense, but we can tend to be too blunt for people. So stepping back and kind of thinking things through before we speak is going to be really important. Like, think before you speak is going to be really important during this Venus retrograde. We can also have old flames come back into our lives, old relationships. We can also have people that remind us of certain relationships, certain situations come into our lives, and we're like, wild, this is wild. And it's because this is a time of healing. This is a time of finding closure and working through blockages. So that's going to be really important. We are also seeing what we need as a top-down structure for ourselves. Capricorn, we like structure. We're ruled by Saturn. We like structure. We like order. That's really important. We have Taurus energy come forward. Taurus is earth sign energy. Again, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, we are all earth sign energies. We like structure. We like order. With Taurus energy, Taurus is ruled by by Venus. And that means the heart comes through so profoundly as we are embracing the structure of our life, as we are looking at what it is that we desire, but also as we are looking at how we structure our life for ourselves. And Spirit is saying right now, do not forget the heart of it. Do not forget what we love and what we dream of, because the stars come forward, right? The star comes forward. That's Aquarius energy. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. Uranus has to do with unseen and dreams and deeper understandings and finding out more. And that's going to be really important for us, because what this Venus retrograde does is it shows us where our heart is overwhelmed, where our mind is running too fast, where we don't feel like we have the right or the time to articulate what it is that we want. And it can be that our body is so stressed for everything that we have to do and everything that we have to keep going for, and all the expectations put on us, that we don't even dream, right? That our mind is too stressed out to have us work through things in dreams. And this is going to be a time where we start to really focus on our soul's wish, on what it is that we deeply want for ourselves. And we start to release the hamster wheel of it all. And we're finding closure in the heart because we're looking at things differently. We're looking at ourselves differently. And then the King of Earth comes into play, the King of Pentacles, which is us. We're represented by the Pentacles in the Minor Arcana, by the Devil in the Major Arcana, which I always think is rude, but that is what it is, Capricorn. And here, with the King of Earth, we are looking at how we plant the seeds, how we want things to be nurtured forward, what we are going after. And we're also entering into a new season. We're saying, this is what I want. This is what's important to me. This is what I desire. And we're changing the game. The King of Pentacles tends his garden, but he also knows the plants that need to be planted near each other to make them thrive, to have things move forward in bounty. And that's what we're seeing for ourselves. How do we have our lives move forward in bounty? How do we declutter, de-stress, move forward in what we want? And how do we even give ourselves permission to open up to calm and love. It moves us then to the Queen of Fire, the Queen of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We are looking at our magic. We are looking at our passion. And we are giving ourselves permission to dream again, to get excited about things, to be passionate. And the Ace of Cups comes into play, which is interesting that this is the only court card that we don't have, right? We don't have a King or a Queen of Cups come forward. But we have the gift of the Ace of Cups come forward from God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe. And it's a gift of healing, beautiful love. This Venus retrograde, even though we don't fully see it or we don't fully know that we're taking it, is a gift of healing, beautiful love. And it is washing away and calling out the pain that we have within ourselves. And it is time to give voice for where we are afraid to let our passions shine, for where we are afraid to plant the seeds of bounty. Here it is watering our heart. It is letting the tears flow. It is giving ourselves permission to be vulnerable and to be human. Grounding ourselves, going outside, standing outside, getting a grounding mat if it's like silly cold outside, can be very beneficial. And it is letting yourself connect with the energy of the earth and prosperity. And it brings us then to the Nine of Wands, the Nine of Cups. And that's a wish being granted. As this gift comes in, a wish is granted. A cross your fingers for wish. Now you have the wish granted here. This is the cross your fingers for wish. And then you have your soul's wish come forward. What your soul has been longing for, Capricorn. And that you might not think is really sensible, You might sit there and think, well, that's silly, and you can diminish yourself, your power, your structure, the order of your soul. And that's not how it's done, right? No, that's not how it's done. We know what love is. We all watch Cinderella. We know what this is. We know how this works. Well, what if that's not what you want? What if, been there, done that, right? Past life did the whole, way you're supposed to do it. What if your soul wants something different? It doesn't even have to be unconventional. It can be, just different. I guess unconventional will be different, but letting yourself move forward in that energy and letting yourself open up to what you wish for and what you dream. And it brings us to the Death card. The dying away of the old self, the rebirth of the new. Transformation, deeper understanding, connecting with the spirit world, connecting with our psychic self, our spirit self, our connection to something bigger out there than just us in this world, which is plenty big and plenty to digest and understand. But Capricorn, sometimes we can get so focused on the here and the now and the way things, the way things are supposed to be, that we kind of tune ourselves, we tune out, or turn off what our soul is longing for because we have too much to handle already, right? We have to keep everything moving just so. And Spirit is saying here, now it's time to come into balance. Balance of the spirit world and the waking world. The balance of the practical and the impractical. The dreams and the practicality of it all. This Venus retrograde is going to put you into balance if you let it. And the scariest part is going to be letting it connect with our dreams, connect with our soul, connect with what we want. We want a grounded dreamer. We want somebody who is practical and whimsical at the exact same time. And we want to be practical whimsy too. Let me take a drink of water because I have a bit of catch in my throat. Excuse me. Let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Here we have the owl. Your intuition is correct. Follow your inner wisdom without fail. Your inner voice is like chitter-chattering to you. It's saying so much, and yet we're not listening because we are so stressed. We are taking on so much. And now it is time to set yourself free and also to not be like, oh, well, I'm wrong, I'm sorry. It's like, no, as long as you move forward in love and in compassion, as long as you give yourself grace, you open up the door in the most astounding of ways. Walk gently on this earth. It moves us then to our energy to be mindful, not our chakra energy, angels. Well, here we go. Abundance and inner strength. The root chakra, at the root of us is abundance, prosperity, and success. And Capricorn, we're like, well, I know. Like, that is what we're born for. We're born to be successful. Yes, We are born to be successful. But abundance doesn't always look like, Scrooge McDuck diving into his, gold coins. What we're looking for here is the abundance of the soul, the richness of the self, the connection with community and love and passion and just a zest for life. Tapping our tailbone, tapping our kidneys, as are fantastic for centering ourselves, embracing our energy. We then have our solar plexus chakra, where we are finding strength by coming out of our shell, connecting with our gut, connecting with our instincts, and seeing ourselves. We are breaking forward from feeling frozen. It brings us then to our energy to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. The Seven of Wands. It's feeling like I always have to be on guard, right? It's feeling like the world comes to us with one thing after another. And you're here, Dane, talking about silly love. Yeah, everybody wants it, but this is whimsy, this is fantasy. What if it is reality? To say, my heart matters, and I give voice to my heart. And maybe we don't start giving voice to our heart to everybody, but we start giving voice to our heart to ourselves. We start to say, I'm going to say what I want, and I'm going to write it down in a journal, or I'm going to say it out loud to myself in a mirror, or I'm going to connect in meditation with the imagery that my heart is longing for, or the words my heart is longing for. The Seven of Wands, Spirit always shows me the Seven of Wands as a clenched fist. I have to fight. I have to keep things tight. I have to be prepared. What if it's the release? And letting things flow and glow and grow. And stopping the always having to be on guard. And part of that is saying, I'm not going to fight. I will stand up for what I believe in, right? I will stand up for what's right. But I'm not going to constantly be fighting and tearing myself down. It moves us to our subconscious spirit message, which is the peacock. Inherent wisdom is emerging at this time. Watch it and ready yourself for a rebirth, which is exactly what this reading has been about. It has been about a rebirth. Your subconscious chakra message is, again, the root chakra coming forward, and it is balance. It is, as we ended the reading with the Six of Pentacles, coming into balance with yourself, coming into harmony, the sacred feminine, the sacred masculine. The devil imagery in the tarot is two people chained to a demon, right? A devil. And it's rude, it's rude imagery to be represented by. But if we look at our lives as saying, what do we feel chained to, Capricorn? The responsibilities that we feel chained to, dragged down by. And how do we release it? And how do we let ourselves stand in chaos, but still uphold what is sacred to us, which is doing a good job in upholding our responsibilities. It's sacredly important to a Capricorn, but it's not being eaten by the chaos or being weighed down by responsibilities that feel like burdens instead of like joys. And it brings us then to our subconscious energy to be mindful of, and it's getting too much in our own heads. It's overthinking, it's overanalyzing, which keeps us from dreaming, which keeps us from expressing. And so here, if we know we have worries, and we all have worries, and we go like a hamster running around these worries and feeling overwhelmed by them, with the Eight of Swords, how do we acknowledge this subconsciously? That we have fears, and not let them devour us. That is going to be very interesting, because what you're going to do is you're going to see 8 fears. And I know that sounds like a lot, and it kind of is, but 8 fears that you have around the opening of your heart and around what you really love and want. And naming those fears, just to yourself, writing them down on a piece of paper, naming them to yourself will give you power over them. And it will start you forward on this tremendous journey that you're on. It brings us then to the Tower. The world has fallen. The way that we thought things would be changed. The tower, a tower time is when our tower falls down. And we were perfectly fine being in that tower, right? But the universe knocked it down and brought us on an adventure that we didn't even know we needed to be on. And a lot of times we don't like it. It's like, no, I was comfortable in my tower the way things were. So here, how have things changed irrevocably for you? in ways that were completely out of your control? And how did that impact the way you see love and the way you walk in love in this world? All right, Capricorn, I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this Venus retrograde and of ourselves. Now, this is the time, if you are sensitive, mute the reading. If not, take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Capricorn. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. Have a blessed Venus retrograde. Bye.